the development manager's point of view, I think, of course, the recession affects where we've got to. We had a number of contracts and suppliers that had to deliver for the project, and a lot of those suppliers went into administration. So, of course, but we were on a 5-year schedule, and the credit crunch was 2 years or 2.5 years in the middle. I mean, the credit crunch still goes on, but it was 2.5 years, which was a nerve-wracking 2.5 years, but we got through it, and it was challenging.
And more than half have now been sold, is that correct?
Yeah, over 50% have been sold. The next time the developer will announce is when they're 100% sold.
Now, we're sitting here over possibly one of the best views in London. As you were saying to me earlier, you're not going to get the chance to build something like this again, are you, on Hyde Park? Or to purchase this, if this is something that you can afford. And
that's what I think. It reminds me of the Patek Philippe advertising, where you own it for the next generation. You never own a Patek Philippe, you look after it for the next generation. Well, one Hyde Park is the same. A lot of people are buying more than one apartment here. Some clients have bought 3, 4 apartments because they're looking after it for their kids, their grandchildren, and they want to pass it on the generation. And they think it's a better investment than having the money in the bank.
From that side of this 5-bedroom apartment, you overlook Hyde Park. From here, in the bedroom, you can overlook Harvey Nicks.
So although you are in the middle of the city of London, you don't have your own garden to maintain. If you want to walk your dog or play with your children, you have a Royal Park as your back garden.
The developer managed to get £1 billion of finance lent by Hypo speculatively, and that money will be paid back by the developer. However, to get that loan again would be very challenging.
And that was, what, 2005, 2006?
Yes.
So in some ways, your timing, you couldn't have planned it better in that sense, because when you build during a recession, it's not a bad time to be building, is it? It's not a bad time to already have things in place and to be going through that process.
Well, a lot of the great buildings in America were built in the recession. Yeah. Rockefeller Center, I think.
Empire State Building.
Yeah, I think the Chrysler Building might have been built in the 30s as well. So we timed it right, and to be honest with you, it was complete luck.
I'm glad you admit that.
The true international money, and we've got Indians, we've got Chinese, we've got Eastern Europeans, we've got Middle Easterns, all want to live around this area. A lot of people come to the Mandarin Oriental next door, especially in the summer, for the season, and sort of June, July, I'd say. And they come, literally, they'll take the hotel room for 60 days, but they'll go to Cannes, they'll go to Sardinia, and they'll spend a lot of time outside, but they'll keep the hotel room. So they're paying, £1,000, £2,000 a night, or whatever the price is, but they're not there the whole time. So here, they can rent it out. You don't have to leave the building. We have cinema, squash courts, golf and tennis simulator. We have private entertainment rooms. We have a spa, a 21-metre ozone pool. You can have all spa treatments. You can have food delivered by Daniel Boulou or Heston Blumenthal. Absolutely everything. You can do business meetings downstairs in the business park library. We have 60 staff looking after you. You don't have to clean your car because it can all be valet downstairs. You don't have to leave the building. The idea was you could live, work and play here.
Now, what does it cost to get that luxury?
Well, it starts at about £6 million and it goes on upwards in